We were 4 years in when Elliot proposed, quietly, by the lake where we'd had our first date. I cried, called my mom, and dove headfirst into planning. Then, 6 months after the engagement, the tone shifted. Little suggestions about toning up, trying a more sophisticated hairstyle, being more ambitious, jabs in front of his friends, hints that my family was too simple. I changed my hair, my wardrobe, my hours. I even took online classes. Love can make you miss the undertow until you're gulping water. 3 months before the wedding, he snapped. Said he'd been settling, that I wasn't wife material for his world. Then the sentence that burned itself into my ribs. You're not worthy of being my wife. I'll find someone better. I didn't cry. I laughed at the absurdity of a man I'd been contorting myself for declaring me unworthy. I told him he was right about one thing. We shouldn't get married, not because I wasn't enough, but because I deserved better. I grabbed my bag and went to my best friend Monica's. Canceling a wedding was brutal, but my people showed up. Elliot cycled through anger, faux apologies, and condescension. Good luck finding someone at your age. I found a tiny apartment across town and relearned myself old hobbies, old friends, silence that didn't judge. At Monica's brother's birthday, I met Wyatt. No performance, no angles, just questions that proved he listened, and laughter that felt like oxygen. Weekends became road trips and burned dinners, and a Roomba screaming under his couch mid-heart to heart. I ran into Elliot and his new girlfriend Daisy at Target and felt nothing. A week later, he texted, as friends. I let the door stay shut. 6 months after I moved in with Wyatt, he pulled out his grandmother's sapphire and asked me to marry him. I said yes. Elliot warned me not to rush. I blocked him. We married on a drizzly morning. My veil snagged on a rosebush. Wyatt's nephew announced he had to pee during our vows. It was perfect because it was ours. After the honeymoon, I came home to a stack of missed calls, and I made a mistake messages from Elliot. Wyatt answered one. She's unpacking from our honeymoon. This is her husband. She's moved on. Boundary set, story closed. Months later, we bought a creaky 90s ranch with loud wallpaper, a gurgling sink at midnight, and a backyard big enough for dreams. A housewarming brought an uninvited Elliot with a cheap apology and a speech about how he prepared me for Wyatt. I told him I don't live in could have been. I live in what is. Worthiness isn't granted by someone else. It's recognized by yourself and reflected by the people who love you. Our life isn't flawless, leaky dishwasher, trash day debates, but it's honest. I deleted the countdown to a wedding that never happened and built a life that did. And that, finally, is enough.